That is about the ethics and about the integrity. Both the points usually we are using side by side. We never think that what is ethic, what is integrity. A very, very thin line, hairline difference is there between the two. If I'll just talk about the Hindi meaning of these two words, I would say that ethic is nothing but it is the conduction or the manner or achar sanhita. That is achar sanhita, which is actually a code, a moral code there, which are called the ethic. On the other side, if we talk about the integrity, it is nothing but vichar. That is natikta. How akhandata, how we are using that conduction in a different situation. Now the point comes that this ethic, uh, if I just this, what is this ethic? The ethic could be different from situation to situation, from country to country. It could be even different from one home to another home. Like we used to say, na, my dadi used to do that, and it has been passed to me. And then my mom started doing this, and then I am doing this, and I'm also teaching the same thing to my children. So it is a just, you can say it's an interpretation of the discipline of dealing the things, dealing good things, bad things, commitment, our duties, or something. For example, maybe in one house, it is the duty that every day morning you should wish your parents by touching the feet. Maybe in other home, it is you say good morning and open your eyes. So these are a small thing. You could even say that the ethics are nothing but these are the assets which are passed down lane from one generation to another generation. A system of the moral principle. They affect how are people at home, how in a particular village or on a particular place, how these ethics, this moral principle, the system of moral principle, how it is affecting us. You know that these always affect the decision a small generation, young generation, everybody is taking. They are making decision and leading their lives. It concerned, it concerned with what is the good for an individual or the society. For example, in certain society, it is said, okay, after please mind it that these are only the examples, and I would not be using any of the example to hurt any feeling. For example, some of the houses says, okay, after 10 o'clock, the girls are not allowed to go out. But certain homes, they says, no, the girls and boys are same, and the girls should be taught all kind of, uh, for say, the gadgets should be given to the girls so that they can protect their lives and they are free to move around even after 10 o'clock. So, this is what has been passed and how we have taken it into our life. When we are, maybe we are in dilemma also, but we are making the choices on and out. Where, if I talk about the integrity, integrity is how do the children learn to be honest? How do we make our children to respect our norms? How they act in a way that it gives a value to the not value, but it gives an important to our belief systems, values, or the moral principle which we claims to hold. Now here comes a responsibility of a teacher, because the teacher is in, we expect everything the school should do. Although we usually forget that the first school of a child is at home, and first teacher of a child is a parent, a mother or a father or a grandparent or a masi or bua or anybody. The small children are nothing but they are the copycats, and they just learn what they see. So now basically, because I'm not talking about here about any of the home, I'm talking about a school. So I would say that how do these teacher instill or reinforce a code of ethic or integrity in their classroom? This is a tough question to be answered, because if I talk, the integrity is nothing but it is a practice. Keep doing practice. As if you want to be a pandit in maths, you have to practice every day for 2 hours or 3 hours so that you could solve any given question. The same way we can say, if I'm talking about the ethics or integrity, integrity is nothing but it is a practice. It is practice of being honest. Every day, even in a smaller thing, we are honest. I am in a market and I'm buying a few vegetables, and the vegetable bill was 250. But actually, when I start adding up the cost, it was coming 260. But oh my god, that poor vegetable vendor asked for 250 because usko jod nahi aata. Is my integrity, is my ethic is allowing me to tell him कि नहीं भैया, this is 260 rupees and you should take 260 rupees from me instead of 250 rupees. That's called a small hit and trial method. Every day when we are practicing being honest, we are showing a consistency and comprising, these strong moral values and ethic principles, these values which already have been given to us as soon as we got a birth or we born on this earth. The moral and minded, we have to keep it on our mind that the morals and ethics are very, very logical. They are very, very sensible principles. Because why these are sensible principles? Because this is important and it is needed by the civil societies to for having a good conduction. The ethical choices reflect our objective between what is wrong, what is right, what we are going to be in our coming life. एक छोटा सा एग्जाम्पल, if I make a female sit down a mom and ask him, you have the two choices. Your son becomes a daku or a chore or manipulator, but very, very rich personality. With a lot of cars at home, big house and everything, or a simple person who is satisfied, who is happy, but he's earning little less and he has a smaller house. Believe me, every mother will choose the second, because that shows why these ethics are important. Ethical, why and how these reflects the objective between the right and wrong. Now the question comes, what kind of the values? It is not easy for me or for you to just deliberate on this a big topic for just 45-50 minutes. It's only and only a question of practice. But before anything, before practicing, I keep giving you the different kind of examples to make you understand more. You know, but the question arises first: what are these values? What kind of integration? Integrity is needed for which kind of values? These values are fairness in your dealing, your justice, your commitment, your eternal peace. I would say that when the challenge comes to our educator or a trainer or a teacher, why every time the CBSE has added up this particular topic, ethics and integrity, as a very very important part of the life, because this comes under the value also, our life values, our life skill, very important life skill, very very important. Even I just wanted to share you, ma'am, you have to check your because I think my voice is clear to the other people. If I talk about, you know, uh, you might know the UPSC. UPSC exams are very important, and we get the top officials after completing UPSC examination. And integrity and ethic is a full-fledged paper or chapter. Paper or curriculum for them. We are paying, still I would say that in a school, at our home, we are paying a far less attention to the habits that build a ethical leader in the future. Mind it, at every home, every child is a leader. So they have to be ethical enough so that they can pass these ethics to their coming generation. Most of the educator, if I'm not wrong, they recognize that the students they teach today become less sensitized. Rather, they are teaching the leaders of tomorrow, and they should be sensitized enough. That is why there is an increased demand of changing a knowledgeable society in a different way. We have to infuse these two words inside our curriculum, all our activities. I just want to take one more time, one very important liner, that NEP says that all subject which we are teaching, it might be the maths, it might be the science, it might be a music, or it might be a game. Integrate, integrate, सबको मिला दो. The same way, I would say that we really have to integrate these two words among the curriculum. हमारे curriculum के अंदर हमको इसको डालना पड़ेगा. If you could just read it up, this just talk about even if we don't know that, okay, the ethics is the branch of philosophy, or it's, as I told you, that it is teaching how, what is the distinction between right or wrong, what are the consequences of a human action. Still would we say that it's an important part of our life. Now, let me talk once again about the integrity. Because integrity, as I told you, it's not a word or it's not a coin that I'll keep it in my pocket. कि अब मुझे integrity आ गया. I again will say that it is nothing but it is practice of being honest and showing a, uncompromising adherence to the strong moral and ethics, principles and values.